Apple and OpenAI partnership. This is another really important thing I want to talk about before we continue on, another news item. So Apple and OpenAI, which is the creator of ChatGPT, are in talks, according to reports, for OpenAI to be integrated into the iOS 18 for the iPhone. And as a long-term investor in Apple stock, I'm particularly interested in this new development. And after reviewing many reports about this over the last couple of days, I just wanted to share with you a couple of things that I think about this. This could be a major upgrade for iPhone capabilities. By integrating OpenAI's ChatGPT, then Apple is not just going to enhance Siri, but it could transform how we interact with the iPhone. This could be the kind of upgrade that Apple does with its phone that could drive consumers to update to newer models, and that obviously would potentially boost iPhone sales significantly. And then if you take Apple's massive user base, 2 billion plus installs, we could see a substantial uptick in revenue, not just from new phone sales, but also from new AI-driven features and services that could come along with this. So that's a pretty big deal. Obviously, that means that we could see a boost in Apple's stock price. News of this potential deal has already caused Apple's stock price to move up a bit. It shows that there is strong investor confidence in this deal. And if the integration is successful, then it could further strengthen Apple's market position and attract even more investor interest in the future. Apple continues to innovate, and this is something that's really interesting, that Apple is Warren Buffett's largest holding, to the tune of, 40% of his total portfolio or something outrageous. He can't find a better company to invest in, so he just puts the money in Apple. And I'm with him. It's hard to think of smarter guys in the room, and especially when you consider what Apple did in the wake of COVID. It was just mind-blowing how they maneuvered. So anyway, we certainly think that Apple's ability to continue to innovate and integrate advanced technology like AI is going to keep them at the forefront of the tech industry. And I think it makes the stock an attractive to those who are looking for long-term growth like we are in the future of AI. And I think also this move could set Apple apart from its competitors. It can make its devices smarter. It can make them more integrated into daily tasks. And so this could lock users more deeply into Apple's ecosystem as it fundamentally enhances the iOS ecosystem with this ChatGPT and OpenAI technology. So I think that Apple's potential partnership with OpenAI is a game changer. This is a really big deal. It would make its devices more essential. It will make them more powerful. It will inevitably open up new revenue streams for Apple. I think it's definitely something to watch as we move forward. And of course, don't forget, Apple is going to be hosting its Worldwide Developers Conference in June 10th. And the stock tends to run up in anticipation of that conference every year. That's going to be coming June the 10th. I'm sure there'll be big announcements there, as they often make, and I'm sure many of them will be around AI. And now with this potential integration between OpenAI and Apple, we're beginning to see what that means, what kind of AI adoption Apple is going to be doing. Because quite frankly, Apple was one of the only major Magnificent Seven companies that weren't talking about AI on every earnings call. And so they tend to talk about augmented reality and some of these other words. But nonetheless, we'll be watching that with interest as long-term Apple investors.